So here we are getting into Nanyuki town, and this town holds a very special place in my heart because it's my birth town. I was born here in Nanyuki General Hospital long time ago. Anyway, it's a very cosmopolitan town. Let me give you a little bit of history about this town. It was formed back in 1907 by the British settler, a guy called Mr. J. Murray. Came to survey the area preparatory for the European settlement. This area was sparsely occupied by the nomadic people, especially a sub-clan of Maasai called Laikipia-Kil Ocean. Laikipia-Kil Ocean. For the Maasai audience here, can tell me whether I pronounced that name well, because that's what the history book has written. In 1911, an agreement was made with the Maasai in which a few remnant Maasais in the area were to move to the south, roughly I think the area called Lemek area, and a few European families already settled here. So this town in the early 1920s, it served as a ranching outpost for the European soldiers. And when these Europeans came to this area, they started doing large-scale farming and ranching. And the name actually Nanyuki comes from a Maasai word that says Enkare Nanyukie. Enkare Nanyukie means a place of a red river. There are some books that are saying that this was because of the tribal war that was happening between the Kikuyus and the Maasais, and that's why the Maasais called it the Red River, because of the blood that flew. And I think is that war was happening in Likie, along Likie River, that is also here in Nanyuki. Other history books are also saying that this is because of the red soil that is found here. So when it rains, the red water that flows along the river, that's the main source of this word anyway. So yeah, that is a little bit of conflicting information about that name, but it's a Maasai name. Okay, yeah. So this is actually a military town. We have two military barracks that I know of, and also another historical significance of this town is that it marks the end of the Lunatic Express. You know, the Lunatic Express is the railway line that comes from Mombasa, and that was started by the British settlers, the colonial government, and it ended here in Nanyuki. Nanyuki is a very beautiful town, as you can see, and it has really developed. That is a little bit of history of my birth town.